The power grid's been dark for 72 hours. Your neighborhood watch group disbanded after the second night of screaming. There's a guy 2 streets over who's been sitting on his roof with binoculars, and you're pretty sure he's not bird watching. The police stopped answering calls yesterday. Your Ring doorbell is now just a decorative plastic circle. You've got maybe half an hour before the sun goes down, and that's when things get really interesting. But no worries. We're turning your suburban cracker box into a hardened position, using duct tape, spite, and the contents of your junk drawer. Let me tell you something beautiful. Your front door is held together by screws the size of a toddler's fingernail. That little metal strike plate your deadbolt slides into, it's attached to decorative trim with hardware that couldn't stop a motivated golden retriever. One kick, that's all it takes. One size 11 boot, and your secure entry point becomes a welcome mat. But here's the thing about the apocalypse. Hardware stores are either looted or unguarded, which means you're about to become very creative with what you've already got. We start with the front door, not because it's the most vulnerable, but because it's what people expect to be strong. And in survival, expectations are weapons. Grab your drill. Find the longest screws you own. I'm talking 3-inch, for inch, the kind you bought for that deck project you never finished. Rip out those pathetic half-inch screws from your hinges and your strike plate. Replace them with the long boys. Drive them deep. Drive them until they bite into the wall studs behind the frame. What you've just done is turn your door frame from a suggestion into a structural component. Now, when someone kicks this door, the force transfers into the bones of your house. They will break their foot before they break your door. Congratulations, you just bought yourself 3 minutes of resistance for the cost of 6 screws. A smart attacker doesn't kick the lock. They attack the hinges. But not anymore. Your hinges are now bolted into the skeleton of the wall. They'd need a sawzall in 20 minutes. They don't have either. Now for the barricade. You know that wooden dowel in your closet? The one holding up shirts you haven't worn since 2019? Get it. Jam it at an angle, from the doorknob down to the floor. Physics is now your security guard. That angle distributes the force across the entire floor. No dowel? Use a chair. Wedge it under the handle. Use a broomstick, a mop. Everything is a tool. Windows are not security features. They are pre-installed entry points wrapped in a thin layer of denial. We're going to make them expensive to use. Get the gray miracle worker, duct tape. Crisscross every ground floor window in a grid pattern. This isn't decorative, it's structural. When glass breaks, it shatters, but taped glass, it spiderwebs, it holds, it stays in the frame like a stubborn jigsaw puzzle made of knives. An intruder breaks the window and is faced with a sticky, jagged, clinging mess that will shred their arms. And it's loud. Every piece of glass they pull away sounds like someone eating chips in a library. You will hear them. Now, shove your heaviest furniture against the windows. Make it so even if they break the glass, they face a 200-pound obstacle. They'll have to move it, which means noise, time, and effort. The 3 things they hate most. And keep your curtains closed. Not because you're hiding, but so they can't see what you have, where you are, or if you're armed. Uncertainty is a psychological weapon. Let them wonder. Sliding glass doors, a beautiful architectural joke. Most can be lifted right off their tracks. The fix, cut a piece of wood, a broomstick, to fit perfectly in the track. The door won't slide. Simple, effective. The upgrade, drill a hole at a downward angle, through the sliding frame and into the fixed frame. Drop a nail or a bolt in it. Now the door is pinned. Garage doors, they are traitors. Your garage door can be opened in 6 seconds with a wire hanger. The fix, find the red emergency release handle inside. Use zip ties to secure it. Tie it tight. You can still yank it free in a fire, but a flimsy coat hanger can't. The upgrade, unplug the automatic opener. Park your car inside, right up against the door. Even if they get it open, they now face a 2-ton obstacle. Security isn't just physical, it's mental. You want them to think your house is a bad idea before they even try. Fake the dog. Don't have one? Doesn't matter. Dogs mean chaos, noise, and unpredictability. A 10% chance of a dog is enough to make most criminals pick a different house. The Giant's boots. Leave a pair of muddy, size 13 work boots by the door. It suggests a large person is home, one who probably owns tools that double as weapons. Create the illusion of occupied. Sound. Leave a radio on. Talk radio is best. Voices suggest people. People suggest witnesses. Witnesses suggest risk. Light. Use light timers if you have power. Random patterns. Living room on for 20 minutes, then off. Bedroom light on. It looks like someone is moving through the house. Someone awake. Someone alert. You've locked down the house. Now make the approach itself suck. Gravel alarms. Dump bags of gravel under windows and alongside paths. You cannot walk on gravel quietly. Every step sounds like a snare drum. Biological barriers. Got rose bushes? Anything with thorns? Drag them under the windows. The last line of defense. The safe room, pick one room. A bedroom is best. Reinforce its door, just like you did the front door. Inside, you need a charged phone, a flashlight, a weapon, water, and snacks. Train your family with a code word, like pineapple. When they hear it, everyone goes to that room. No questions. No heroics. Just move. Here's the beautiful part, the science of why this all works. You are just trying to be slightly harder to get into than the house next door. Criminals operate on a risk-reward calculation. Every obstacle you add increases their risk. The 3-minute rule is real. If it takes longer than 3 minutes, they bail. Your reinforced door is 3 minutes of kicking. Your fake dog is instant psychological doubt. Your gravel path is constant noise anxiety. When you stack enough of these small obstacles, the math stops working in their favor. The sun is gone. The screaming is starting up again. Let them come. They're expecting a soft target. They are about to be very, very disappointed.